Hello everyone, Sheek here with another, not exactly Transformers review today. Today I'll be doing something different, something that I've seen other YouTubers do in the past. And I feel like I've been a YouTuber long enough to where it actually is somewhat practical, considering I put out content fairly regularly. So I've decided that for this New Year's, the day of, so I guess technically New Year's Eve, since it'll be December 31st, but I am doing a top 10 list of what I thought was the best figures, in my opinion, not that was released this year, but that I've either received and reviewed this year, or might have filmed the review last year, but for whatever reason took a long time and got pretty much anything that was uploaded this year, fair game. Anything that hasn't been uploaded yet because I've been taking too long to get it done, unfortunately that will not be for this year, that will be for next year. So I guess more things to look through tomorrow, or for next year, to take into consideration. So without further ado, let's get into Sheek's top 10 picks for 2022. Number 10. And here we have Dinobot Sludge. I absolutely loved him. He might not necessarily be as cool as Slag or Slug, but he was just so much more fun to transform and all. So that's why he's number 10. Number 9. And of course, there was no way that Override wasn't going to make this list. She was absolutely amazing. Absolutely loved the figure. Such a wonderful update to the original. Although not necessarily perfect, but definitely one of the best figures that Hasbro has done in recent years. Definitely glad I picked her up when I had the chance. Number 8. Of course, Primus. The only reason why he's probably on this list, considering that it's like the only really actual facial figure of him, is that I grew up with him as a kid. So getting something from your childhood, of course, is probably going to put something higher up on your list than it would otherwise. And yeah, I guess I'll let you'll see in a moment, some sound effects. That is sound effects and lights. When you Number 7. Of course, G1. G1 is always awesome. Love G1. Love the Metroplex. Was so happy when I was able to get the whole complete set. Granted, I don't mess with it as much. Well, one, it's not here, so I can't mess with it actively right now. But it's so awesome because it has so much more value as a play set. As you can see with with 6-shot on the towers and all that. So that's really cool and why it's on my top 10 this year. Number 6. Cap, he is Cab, and he is, I love Super God Master Force, and it's just such an adorable little fire truck that for the most part works fairly well and very detailed. Absolutely love the way everything stores, and definitely the perfect amount of chonk and articulation with this guy. Number 5 is alive. Studio Series Ironhide was an unexpected one for me because he is very amazing considering that he is a movie verse. Like, he looks so good in his truck mode, so detailed, and also looks really good in his robot mode, even though he does look a little bit like a one-eyed pirate. And that's why he's on my top 10. Number 4. Naval Commander, he would have been higher on this list except for the fact that he broke while on camera. And I did get replacement parts, but another thing broke on him on the trailer, the waist, when I was getting him back into his trailer into trailer mode so that I could put it away for storage. And it should stay on in combined mode, but for the alt mode, it's just not going to really stay in place. So I might try to get a replacement part, might not, but still an awesome figure. Highly recommended, just get a later release. Number 3! And that is why Meg Tyranno, or Armada Megatron, is higher on this list, because I have had yet anything to have break on him. And he is, even though he is slightly stylized, he still definitely gives off the aura of Transformers Armada Megatron. Definitely looking forward to their version of Tidal Wave, which they are going to have to do, because if they don't, that will just be a big letdown. And that is why he is number 3. Number 2! Masterpiece Blackout. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. I mean, I know there's more movie versus Transformers on this than I was expecting. But man, oh man, did they do such a good job with this guy. I mean, look at that. I mean, the helicopter mode looks so good. The rotor spins so well. They got so much details of the helicopter, and it's very, like, almost no gaps. Like, all the gaps on the Studio Series version is closed up, and look how beautifully that spins. Absolutely loved it. And then the weapon attack, like, that is also really cool, even though it doesn't spin as smoothly. And also all the detail on the figure in general. And also Scorponok, because Scorponok is Scorponok. And before we get to top number 1, here we have some honorable mentions. The Trans Art Mighty Guardian. Legacy Motormaster, the Steam Age Sergeant, Slug, or Slag, and Laser Optimus Prime. And number 1, not a Transformer, but the Macross SDF-1, one of my favorite spaceships of all time, because it transforms into a giant robot. And I guess has detachable arms, as you can see there. And there we have the main gun, which is like one of the most powerful weapons in sci-fi that I've ever seen. And there it is in its mecha kind of style mode. And some really odd, unnecessary, but cool articulation. And of course, that's the main gun again. And amazing artwork. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Definitely was very hard to pick 10 specific ones that I wanted to be like, that's, I mean, I feel like even the honorable mentions could have been longer, but it's like, there's just so many to choose from. It's hard to make a choice, and then having to, what was even harder than picking just 10 was ranking them, because there's things that make some of them better, some of them not so much. And then it also depends on the day, honestly. I mean, if I did this on a different day, a couple weeks earlier, a couple weeks later, it could have been completely different from what it is today. But as of today, or the past couple days I've been working on this, these were the ones that I decided to go with. Feel free to leave in the comments if you thought there was anything that I left off. Now, like I said, it has to be things that I reviewed, so if it wasn't included, because it might just because I didn't review it, or it just wasn't on my personal pick for the top 10 for this year. But, so yeah, that's about it for this, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess a year in review of the best figures that, in my opinion, that I've gotten posted and all that. And if you like this and you'd like to see more like this next year, hit that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.